Hey guys, Chad here from Take It or Leave It, here with a new video for you where I'm going to talk about all of the films that I added to my watch list in March, as well as some upcoming films that are releasing in April. And this is going to be a new recurring video that I'm going to come out with at the beginning of every month. So let's unpack this a little bit more before we get into the films, just so you know what to expect. So the first part of these videos is going to be the added to my watch list from the prior month section. The whole point of this is just to kind of give you guys an idea of what it is that I'm adding to my watch list, because dude, adding to your watch list and tracking it and keeping it up, maintaining it, it's just a lot of work. That's what it requires. I wish it didn't, but it does. So if I can take some of the legwork out of your guys' hands and I can kind of get a big head start for you, and then you can use my watch list to help add to and maintain your own watch list, that's what I'd like to do. I'll give you guys some more detail about how to find my watch list and follow it, but we'll save that for the end. In the meantime, let's get to the second portion of this video, which is dedicated to the upcoming films that are releasing in the following month. In this case, April. Once again, it's really hard to keep track of what's coming out when's it coming out at a festival versus when it's coming out in theaters versus video on demand. And again, if I can eliminate some of the headache by supplying this information, then I'd like to do that. At any rate, guys, thank you for letting me kind of get into that a little bit, but now let's get to all of the films that I added to my watch list in March. The first category for my watch list is the curious category, which means that these are films that I think might be a good fit for me. And a few films that were worth pointing out includes In Flames, which looks really intense, very serious and bleak. Room Zero, which I've actually started watching and it's not too bad so far. It's got a little bit of a primer, kind of time element loop thing. I don't want to give too much away, but it's good so far. We'll see where it goes. Delicate Arch is a cosmic horror set in the desert. Sound familiar? I'm into that, of course. Duh. As well as the film Mom, which I'll just be honest with you guys, I haven't looked into it too much, but the poster looked creepy as hell. Looked like a quality poster, and I was just like, you know what? This looks like it's got something to it. It's just my gut, you know? My instinct told me, throw this in curious. Look into this a little bit more. Don't forget this one. So we'll see if this film gets bumped up in the future once we get a trailer for it. And the next category for my watch list is the interested category, which means that I looked at these films and I'm very confident that they are a good fit for me. Some standouts worth mentioning include Dogman, which has Caleb Landry in it. He's an antiviral. He showed up in the third season of Twin Peaks. This guy, I think, is one of the best actors working today. He's just incredible, and I'll watch anything that he shows up in. Next, we have We're All Gonna Die, which is like a rom-com with a cosmic horror kicker. Kind of reminded me of Safety Not Guaranteed a little bit. Then there's The Animal Kingdom, which is a sci-fi drama horror, which has elements of Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead's Spring. And lastly, for this category, we have Y2K, which looks like a fun 90s throwback horror comedy with Rachel Zegler. And by the way, you might be looking at some films that are just flying by and I'm not talking about them. Like, what the hell? He's not talking about Sting or Monkey Man or Blackout? Like, what's going on? Rest assured, any of those films that are coming out in April, I'll actually be talking in the second part of this video, so we'll get to those. And the third category for this watch list is the sold category, which means that I think that these films are a good fit and I'm hearing good things about the movies. And some noteworthy movies to mention include Riddle of Fire, which I've heard glowing things about this movie. And lastly for this category is In a Violent Nature. And holy shit, guys, the trailer for this movie just came out, I think, last week, and it looks so freaking legit. It comes out in May, and I cannot wait to see that movie. And the last category for this watch list is the See ASAP category, which means that I'm confident these films are a good fit. I'm hearing great things about them. Plus, there's an X factor and a sense of urgency for some reason for me to see these things immediately. Most of these we'll be talking about in the next portion of the video, but I will say you'll never find me. Holy shit, guys. guys. I cannot recommend this film enough. Just expect a slow burn though if you see it, okay? Alright guys, and with that said, let's move on to the upcoming films that are being released in April. From the curious category, there is Sasquatch Sunset. What the hell is this frickin' movie, guys? I mean, seriously. Look, it's got Ari Aster attached to it, so count me in, but damn, it's a weird one. From the interested category, there's Dagger, I think is how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, and the Glenarma tapes, and these are both found footage films. The latter seems particularly promising. Baghead looks like a careful what you wish for creature feature. There seems to be a good amount of CGI in it. I hope it's not too much and they do use some practical effects, but looks pretty good from the trailer. Then there's Monkey Man, which is Dev Patel's feature film directorial debut. The trailer took me by surprise. It looks really, really good. I just hope that it's not like a John Wick ripoff, but we'll see. Then there's Sting, which reminds me of Eight-Legged Freaks, so fingers crossed that I'm correct about that. Then we got Blackout, which is a low-budget werewolf horror film that seems to have a lot of spirit to it. And if werewolves aren't your bag, then Abigail will satisfy you vampire enthusiasts. And from the sold category, we have All You Need Is Death, which looks to be an investigative thriller and satanic folk horror film that seems to have elements of Broadcast Signal Intrusion, a great film if you haven't seen it, by the way. Then there's Arcadian coming out, Nick Cage in A Quiet Place variant. I mean, sign me up. Then there is Humane, and this is particularly interesting. It takes place in a semi-post-apocalyptic future, has a well-devised survival game plot to it, and a strong cast, including Mathazar from Galaxy Quest. I mean, count me in. And from the C ASAP category, we have The First Omen, and holy shit, the first trailer completely changed my mind about this film. It made this film look seriously foreboding and dark, like A24 level dark. And I've been looking forward to this film ever since. And then there is Civil War, and I can't remember what's coming out in the rest of the year, but this is certainly my most anticipated film of the first half of 2024. And now that the reception is coming in real positive on this film, I'm about as amped as I can be to see this movie in a couple weeks. But those are just my thoughts, take it or leave it. What do you guys think? Did you like my watch list? Do you think there's some movies on there that you would want to check out? Are there some films coming out in April that look really interesting? Let me know down in the comments section. Let's talk about it. And as far as finding and tracking my watch list, I use Trakt, T-R-A-K-T. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not promoting their stuff because I'm getting paid whatsoever. Look, I've tried everything. Letterboxd, IMDb, and I think that Trakt is the best service, at least when it comes to what I'm looking for. But if you use the link that's in the description box, it should take you right to my profile. The username is TIOLI_reviews. And once you found me, you can sign up and then you can start following me, and then you can check out my watch list and you can track it. You can see what I'm watching and the ratings I'm giving. So yeah, come find me on Trakt and use the link in the description box, and hopefully I'll see you over there. And as usual, guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really, really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Chad from Take It or Leave It, and I'll check you later.
Check you later. Check you later.
Hey, man, get off my case.
Oh, man. Chicks don't want to hear that shit.